So by a show of hands, how many of you here would love to make money off of playing video games for a living? That sounds great, right? Well, it all started in October 1972 at Stanford University, where over 10,000 attendants showed up to compete in a competition playing the game Space Force. And the grand prize was a year subscription to Rolling Stones magazine. And from there, we've very much evolutionized. Did you know that in 2015, over $60 million in prize pool money was raised and issued for esports competitions? And right now, in fact, there's a very big competition going on for the video game known as League of Legends in the country of South Korea for a total of $4 million for the winning team. So esports has had a huge impact in Western society and Western culture because it has become a very big prevalent pastime for a huge population of individuals. There are many scholarships being offered for students to play on college teams, and the esports attendance and audience is growing vastly by each year. So to just give you a preview of what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the hobby of esports and the video games, how colleges are offering scholarships, and how the audience of esports is growing really big. So according to the article by Ben Gilbert titled Fortnite has just had its best month ever in August with over 80 million players in 2018. In the year 2018, published by Business Insider, Fortnite has had over 80 million players playing their game. Now, I'm sure all of you here have heard of Fortnite. If not, have played Fortnite. You can go around anywhere with kids, middle schools, restaurants, and see them talking about Fortnite, doing the dances of Fortnite, or even playing Fortnite on their mobile phone. It's a huge impact in society because we see how common it's talked about, how it's one of the biggest pastimes for little kids. But however, according to an article by, I forgot the name of the author, titled Video Games and the Emotional State, published by Psychology Today in 2018, video games are not always have a positive effect. He talks about how successes in video games, especially in Fortnite, how there's a very big deciding win and loss, how it can boost a kid's self-confidence when they win, and how it can decrease their self-confidence when they lose. And as a result, we can see kids getting depressed or getting very unhappy, especially when playing around friends, because of the way they success or the way they fail, because they compare themselves to each other. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that every impact is negative. There are many benefits of esports and of playing video games in general, because it's a great way for kids to interact with each other socially, and for kids to have a way to have a pastime that's when they're very introverted. It's not, they can play their video games at the comfort of their own home with their friends. So with this popularity of esports growing in our culture, with people playing it, with kids picking up as a pastime, that can transition into colleges taking note of that. According to the article by Thomas Morris in 2018 called List of Esports College Teams in 2018, published by ESPN, over 106 esports college teams are prevalent in North America alone. And according to another article by someone else, I forgot, there's over 30 scholarships offered at these colleges, and the article is called, I forgot the article, I'm kind of blanking here. In fact, there's a close esports team at the UCI college where you can apply for a scholarship and visit their, I saw the arena, I met some players there when I was there, it was pretty cool. And this brings us to our last point. So according to the article by Megan Reynolds in 2018 by, in the article, British, I'm blanking once again, sorry. There was over 112.5 million viewers in 2018, which is a 23% increase since 2014. We can see the growth is increasing each year, and it's projected even higher numbers in 2019. And by another article by Pankeet called Global Esports Growth in 2018, published by Newzoo, there's the market has grown 48% to a 905.6 million industry in 2018, which obviously is a huge amount because the amount of people attending, the amount of people competing, and the amount of sales of the video games. So to recap, we talked about how how esports have become a huge pastime, how there are now being scholarships offered to students that want to play on esports teams, and how the industry is just growing and the viewership is growing really heavily. So now if you want to learn more about esports, you can easily find a broadcast of any game you want on YouTube or on Twitch.tv, or you can just look it up and Google it yourself. It's a huge industry, it's growing rapidly. So thank you for watching.